fascinating moment on the House floor today as one Republican congresswoman by the name of Vicky Hartzler was trying to persuade her colleagues in the House to vote against codifying some protections for same-sex couples in this country. So without giving away too much, let's watch the first part of her speech.
Mr. Speaker, I'll tell you my priority. Protect religious liberty, protect people of faith, and protect Americans who believe in the true meaning of marriage. I hope and pray that my colleagues will find the courage to join me in opposing this misguided and this dangerous bill. I yield back.
No one's gonna force you to marry a woman. You know that, right?
Like, that's probably what she's complaining about. That's what she's worried about. She's like, why doesn't somebody make me do it? Okay, so I think that these guys are all closet, not just homophobes, but closeted in a lot of different ways. Anyways, but what I loved there was like, I can't believe my colleagues won't join me in hating gay people as much as I do. Can't we just hate together? Why are you breaking up the hate circle that we had? You people are sick, man. So you're saying, get a load of these Republicans. They're saying two consenting adults who love each other should be prohibited by the government from getting together and living together and marrying one another because we hate them so much. What the? And we believe in freedom? You believe in free, you don't believe in, look, if you're a Republican who's against the Same-Sex Marriage Act and against same-sex marriage overall, you are never allowed to talk about freedom again. That includes Ben Shapiro and his totally lying, hypocritical ass about, oh yeah, all gay people, they shouldn't be allowed to marry. I'm for freedom. I mean, I'm for freedom for me, not for you guys, of course, right? That's how right-wingers are. She's literally crying because people won't hate as much as she does.
And as we have learned, when you're married, there are certain rights and protections that you do have. There are certain tax benefits you get to enjoy, right? They treat marriage as if it is literally just a religious thing, and that's all it is. It's a religious thing. No, marriage, especially in a place like America, is not about religion, right? If you want to make it about religion, it's about taxes. It's about being able to make a decision about your partner's health if he or she is in the hospital and maybe unconscious from an accident or some ailment. I mean, there are, again, incredibly important rights and protections that come along with being married, legally married. And this woman wants to deny those rights to same-sex couples because why? Like, I just need to understand what her rationale is. And look, maybe I'm being unfair to her. Maybe she provides good reasoning in the next clip. So let's take a look at that and then we'll discuss.
I rise to adamantly oppose HR 8404, the Disrespect for Marriage Act. This unnecessary, misguided legislation not only disrespects the importance of traditional marriage for the health of a family, but also disrespects people and organizations of faith who have the constitutional right to carry out their mission in accordance with their most deeply held beliefs. Obergefell is not in danger, but people and institutions of faith are. This hollow amendment provides no tangible protections for religious schools, no protections for faith-based adoption and foster care agencies, no protections for Christian businesses who contract with the government, and no protections for civil servants that justly believe marriage is just between a man and a woman. The bill's implications: submit to our ideology or be silenced. This is yet another step toward the Democrats' goal of dismantling the traditional family, silencing voices of faith, and permanently undoing our country's God-woven foundation.
I mean, the delicate nature of religious people like her in this country, right? Disrespects people of faith? What? I mean, why is it so easy to disrespect people of faith? Like, just the mere existence of same-sex couples makes you feel disrespected? I mean, what a special little snowflake. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, do you need a blanket and a binky? Are you gonna be okay? I mean, the idea that people joining together in a union, a legal union because they love one another, the idea that that would make me feel disrespected? No. There isn't a problem with that union. There's a problem with the person who feels disrespected by that. Okay, look at your life, look at your choices, go to therapy, talk to a therapist about it. Because seeing other people in love joining together in a legal marriage doesn't make me feel disrespected.
Yeah, so there's so many ironies here. First of all, they're identical to Muslim fundamentalists that say you shouldn't draw the Prophet Muhammad, okay? No, you should draw the Prophet Muhammad because you're in that religion, but I'm not, right? So they say you shouldn't get married to someone in the same gender as you. No, you shouldn't because you believe in that religion. I don't believe in that religion, and you want to take away my freedom as an American? That's absurd. And they're like, yeah, but you don't understand. I hate you. No, I do understand. I do understand. And they say, oh, no, it's not hate. I just think what you're doing is evil and immoral and should be banned. Okay, no, that you're saying we should separate out these people, we should ostracize them, we should give them laws that are different than other people and punish them because they are immoral, they engage in immoral acts. If that's not hatred, what is?
She also said the line, which was fascinating. They want us to submit to their ideology.
Exactly what I was gonna say too.
What do you think you're doing? You want your religious beliefs and your religious values to rule us all in a country that is supposed to be about separation of church and state.
So let's test who wants people to submit to their ideology. So there's, I'm sure, a gay couple in Texas right now, right? There's gay couples everywhere. Texas is a big state. So in my marriage and in all my relationships, I have never thought of that gay couple, and that gay couple has never interfered with any of my relationships, has never crossed my mind at all.
Do you feel disrespected by their mere existence, Cenk?
And not only do I not feel disrespected, I cannot conceive of a way that it affects my life and the institution of marriage or anything related to me and my relationship, right? So I don't need, by the way, there's also a straight couple in Texas who fervently believes that you should not get married to gay people, and they haven't. They're a straight couple, they got married to each other, okay? I don't care about them either. They've also have never affected me. So I would never ask them to submit to my ideology. What would I ask them to do? No, you must marry someone gay? That's crazy. Of course I'm not gonna do that, right? I don't care what their ideology is, and they don't have to care what my ideology is. But she says, Vicky Hartzler, and almost every Republican says, no, they need to submit to my ideology and not get married.
So look, I mean, what if a group of people decide we want to establish a new religion? Okay, these are our sincerely held religious beliefs. And we sincerely believe that the institution of marriage overall is demonic and satanic and evil. So should there be an effort to prevent heterosexual couples from marrying?
Well, they're deeply held beliefs.
Right, because who gets to be the arbiter of which religion is relevant in this particular case, in this particular issue? Because here, there's different religions, and we live in a country where the government shall not establish a religion, okay? So using a religious argument in regard to policy matters makes no sense. You just don't like same-sex marriage, you don't like same-sex couples, it creeps you out, allegedly, although I think there might be something else going on, but I can only speculate on that. Just move on. I can't believe she cried on the House floor about this.
Jesus.
All the stuff that happens in this country, all the children that get shot up in schools in this country. I've never seen her shed a tear on the House floor on those issues, ever. What made her shed a tear on the House floor like an absolute lunatic is the idea that people might love each other enough to want to get married when they're gay, and she wants to prevent it. That's what makes her cry. Amazing.
I'll give you one other example. You know that there are cultures in the world that think that it's actually very immoral to bring a baby into the world if they have health challenges. Okay, now a lot of people would I disagree with that. Okay, but it is their deeply held beliefs. They think it's really immoral. What, you're gonna take someone who's got Down syndrome and actually have a birth? No, you should abort that baby. Now I find that abhorrent, but they do genuinely believe that. So according to her ideology, she should be able to force everyone into an abortion if they have a kid with Down syndrome. She says what? That's their deeply held beliefs, that you should have an abortion. So I'm gonna make you have one. Well, that's insane, right? But they then turn around and go, I'm gonna prevent you from having an abortion because of my deeply held beliefs, perfectly rational. I'm gonna prevent you from getting married if you're gay and love each other, even though we're supposed to live in an equal country filled with justice, and that does not discriminate against anybody and does not establish a religion. She says, I don't care. She's announcing, I am the Taliban. I love what Al-Qaeda is doing. I just want it done here and under my religion. So be honest about who you are, Republicans. And guys, it has, as we mentioned earlier, Marriage has tax benefits. They're literally saying we will punish you financially and legally for being gay. That is insane. That is deeply un-American. And those bastards, if they don't love this country, they should get the hell out.
Well, even though it's a lame duck session, the Democrats still, of course, have control of the House. And since the Senate had already passed this bill, the House has passed the bill as well. And it will be making its way to Biden's desk. And poor Congresswoman crying on the House floor. It just wasn't enough to defeat this legislation. I want to note one other thing, though. The legislation itself is not the victory that I would have liked to see, because there are still some pretty significant restrictions on gay marriage should the Supreme Court decide to reverse Obergefell. So for instance, if some states, red states in particular, decide we don't want to conduct same-sex marriages, they still have that right. But if a couple got married in a different state where same-sex marriage is legal, the red states have to honor that marriage. They have to recognize it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that. There's the irony here that the Republicans actually already got a poison pill into that bill. And it's not, so that bill is not nearly as good as people think it is, because the Republicans already kind of decimated it ahead of time. She just wants more and more and more. She doesn't want gay people to have any rights. And TYT Reports, one of the leading people who broke the story on that. We'll put the link to the article that our reporting team wrote about that in the description box. You should always check the description box. We've got great links there that are supplementals to the story. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.